I did wish to add to my last video I just put up. Was talking about mind control, and I mentioned Brian Williams because I certainly think either they are deliberately doing this as a prelude to telling the truth, and that's what should have been told a long time ago. I'm talking about all the media outlets. But Brian Williams is a producer, and I assume he has a say on what is broadcast, the news is broadcast. So does all the other producers. And quite frankly, I like Brian Williams. I think he either they staged this, or he was certainly affected, then leveled his memory. And what better way to discredit someone, you know? Now then, the media's all after him and this and that, and as it stands, they've really assassinated his character. And I totally believe that they've either muddled his memory, used mind control on him, or they've staged it as a prelude to hopefully telling the truth about this whole mess. I had just put up about the Bruce Jenner and the Chaz Bono, and people, you can Google mind control. That's what I've been writing about and told about, and about my kidnapping I found out in late '83. And nobody would tell the truth about it because, first of all, my kidnapping and what's been done to me by the United States and to my parents and my country is so horrific. I mean, the double standards, and but I'll get off that. I just wanted to finish up what I meant to say on the video before, because I've always said that I work for a doctor in Atlanta, Forsyth Kuchar, and McCoy was in the group. I didn't really work for him. Anyway, I found out and was shown where they put a chip in a bypass. And when I say chip, there's books by Tex Mars and a lot of others on mind control and how it was done, root canal. They don't even have to do that now. But if you start saying anything like that, it's been taboo because the psychiatric community and people have deliberately made statements like that if you mention something like that, then you're a Looney Tune or a Fruit Loop or you're crazy and can get locked up, handcuffed, and bypass the attorney rights or a court system, and you're in hell already. And you're discredited because then you have a supposedly mental health record. So this is what's already in place. Let me tell you, the Sandy Hook shootings, the young man he's dead. Notice how many of these people in mass shootings and all this turn around and shoot themselves. It's the Douglasville. It's because of the timing. Douglasville is outside Atlanta. It's a suburb. And I lived in Marietta and in Smyrna a long, long time. In fact, my sons were born in Atlanta Hospital, and so much was done to them. None of this has ever been told. Nobody held accountable. So it might sound garbled if you're just picking this video up and watching it. And I was told by somebody who did answer one that they came by it by chance. So people, if you Google people who really have been able to produce videos, I'm not. I'm kept penniless and trying to just stay alive and hope all this is told. And I have my family. I hope they're alive and well, or I couldn't go on really. But the Douglasville, Georgia, that just happened, I don't have any of the names. It's the timing really on it. The mass shootings where I believe there's 7 dead, and it's supposed to be an ex-husband. Anyway, it was on last night and today, but they haven't mentioned anybody's name. So I guess I'll go on this one. That's what I started out telling about, finding out about the doctor that I work for, about the chip being put in the heart bypass, and he was chairman of the board, and later, oddly enough, after I left the doctors there, I went to work for this company, Dixon, and that's where I found out that I was actually shown paper there. It's not funny, I laughed. It's not a laugh, it's so ludicrous and ridiculous, and that's what an FBI agent told me out of Grottoes, Virginia. In 84, 85, he said they've made it so ludicrous that people know you're telling the truth, but they can help you walk away. And most people, it's an odd feeling. Most people just wish I would evaporate, and that's a cute word for it, evaporate. So the truth, a lot of people don't want to know the truth, but that's what's going on. And Edward Snowden just touched the tip of the iceberg on it, about what's really going on. It's like mass mind control, the power of psychiatry and mind control. And I quote again, because he was a very good man, and I hope he's known for that. Dr. Jonas Robichaud was a psychiatrist who was head of law and psychiatry at Emory University. And the last book, which he veered from Lippincott, he had a lot of books published there. It was published by another publisher, and it was called The Power of Psychiatry. And the connection to him was through my attorney, Eugene Kaiser, who had been a former DA of Fulton County, Atlanta, Georgia. And in his book, and he was murdered. It was made to look like natural cause, but I believe he died in 81, and he was a wonderful man. And he listed some of my cases in the last of his book, The Power of Psychiatry. And that's what I mean to say. Some people have died to try to tell the truth and get out, and a lot of people don't want to hear it. And a lot of people don't care what had happened to me. It's because I'm British, and I was kidnapped and brought over here. And the horrific crimes that were committed, the United States and the New World Order, the Freemasons did it. Can't they own up to it? So the suggestion would be what I've always said to the media when I've dragged myself with no money and the shape I've been in, and they never doubted it. They knew about my kidnapping before I did in 83. But the mind control murders and who's doing it, and the fact that it affects Americans also, they're not going to tell it. That's my suggestion all along, that they should tell it. I'm 76 years old, so I'm in danger of even putting the tapes up, all right? So I don't know if there's anything else I wanted to put on this. I haven't laid out any pictures or documents or anything, because you can go back and look at some of the videos. Goodness knows I've put so many up. But the fact that Larry Flint, I use that a lot because he flew me out there in 83, in a campaign to replace U.S. Congressman Larry McDonald. And that's enough to tell people there's something going on here. I had done the book, and it included him and Warren and Rosina Matthews, pathologist at Piedmont Hospital, where he was, and the death of Jean Strokelman, who was working for Hardiman there on Christmas Eve. She was blown up. Somebody walked in and blew her against the wall, Christmas tree, and she's dead. But his other connections there fit in patterns. And I had a letter from the FBI, June the 23rd of 79, ongoing investigation, national security involved. And the thing there, the clue is, mine's been an ongoing hell. But national security, in essence, there also, it's a double speak. If the world were finally told the truth in all this, and the United States is part, I mean, they are it. Some of my family became involved in it, and the Freemasons, the Jews, Rockefellers, and the Clinton clan. He was ambassador back when they kidnapped me. So if you're not familiar, this may sound a little garbled, but it's on plenty of other tapes. And I'm going to get off, and I think I've done all I can do, and I think if I want to stay alive, I don't think I need to put anything else up. I've lived a horrific, horrible life here at the hands of people who've known all